The natural face girlies versus the extremely made up girlies. Which one is better? But first, like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. Is a woman more attractive with or without makeup? And is it a requirement in order to have a quote, high value man? There have been many videos on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, all these other platforms of women with overly done makeup saying that in order to get a high value man, in order to present yourself as feminine and beautiful, you should have a face full of makeup. You should be, your face should be beat to the gods, as they say. As a feminine woman, as a natural beauty, it is not necessary for you to have a full face of makeup every time you walk out of the house. It is not a requirement to be seen as a beautiful feminine woman. And quiet as kept, a lot of men don't really like the idea of being with a woman who has to have layers and layers of makeup on in order to feel confident and beautiful. While having makeup on, it's beautiful, it's attractive, it's artistry for sure. It is not the totality of who a woman is. And many, quote, high value men prefer their women to look a lot more natural than these overly made up, overly done looks that we see today. One of the individuals who were talking about how a woman should have a face full of makeup, the makeup she had on made her look like a baby deer. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but it was very Rudolph-esque. It was very, and she was a black woman. She's a black woman. And she had the tip of her nose very red. Her nose was overly contoured because, as women, a lot of black women, especially today, they don't really accept the true, size and shape of their nose. So they try to narrow it out to give it more of that European look. So she had that overly contoured nose. She had, the pink highlighted cheekbones, and her forehead was very glossy, looked more not like a natural glow, but a lot more like sweat, in my opinion. And for me, and this is strictly my opinion, all of that, it didn't even look cute. It looked overly done. It didn't look natural. The way I see makeup, and there are people who are makeup artists, so they look at the artistry of it, and that is a respected profession. I like makeup. I am not a woman who wears a lot of makeup. I do eyebrow, shadow, maybe a little liner sometimes, and mascara and concealer. But I do those sparingly, which means sometimes you can't even tell if I have makeup on or not. I like the natural makeup look. For me, I think doing a lot of extra things on myself, it makes me look overly done, and it makes me look like I'm trying to look like a woman opposed to actually just presenting my natural beauty. But I digress. But the people who respect makeup, the artistry of it, and love it, I respect that because it can be beautiful. It can make a woman, enhance her beauty and make her look, very dramatic, very exotic, depending on the kind of look you're going for and the occasion. When done right, you can look absolutely stunning and amazing. However, every day of a woman's life is not a photo shoot or a runway unless you're a model. The average woman is not ripping the runway every single day of her life. And for you to walk around with a face full of makeup looking like someone other than yourself, to me, that does not make you attractive. That just makes you a good makeup artist. That makes you a good, you know how to do makeup. Now, when it comes to beauty and which one is better, natural beauty will always be better than a woman walking around wearing a face full of makeup. Argue with whoever you want to, but I don't care. Natural beauty will always be better than a woman walking around with a face full of makeup, especially if she feels like she has to wear makeup in order to present herself as an attractive, beautiful woman and grab the attention of men. When you are a woman who can walk outside with the bare minimum, if any, makeup on, and people still find you attractive, that's your inner beauty as well as your outer beauty shining through. Why would you feel like in order to snag a man, you have to wear a certain type of makeup, a certain style of makeup. No doubt, if your makeup is done right, you're going to grab his attention. You're going to grab anybody's attention. Not saying that makeup doesn't enhance the beauty. It absolutely does. Makeup can make you look glamorous and all of these different things. And a man, when it comes to relationships and dating and marriage, a man initially might see you with your done up face and your hair and all of that and look at you like, man, she looks good. She's fine. She's this, she's that. But as you get to know that man and as the relationship deepens, you're going to need to be a lot more than just a face full of makeup. And then over time, and I'm speaking as a married woman, when you go to lean in to give your man a hug, when you're, just resting and relaxing with him, he doesn't want his clothing constantly messed up because he has to worry about your face print being left on his shirt. He doesn't want to have to worry about having eyebrow on his t-shirt or, smudging up against you. And next thing you know, it's all over the house, all over the place. So having makeup on, there's nothing wrong with it. But a man, a masculine man, because I know a lot of women are speaking about this in regards to, will it help you pull a high value man? They don't really care about those things. Not as much as I will say I don't, but I'll say we, as a collective, as women. Men don't really care so much about all of that stuff that women care about. When women wear a face full of makeup and all this aesthetic kind of things, they're doing it for the female gaze. They're doing it for the gaze of other women. They're doing it to compete with other women and to be in the same class as the women. But if your focus is about getting a high quality, quote, high value man, they tend to like women who are more of a natural beauty, even with makeup. When you wear your makeup sparingly, which means you go for a more natural looking kind of makeup, where when I say natural, I mean that people really can't tell whether or not you're wearing makeup or they don't know how much makeup you have on. That is more of the natural feminine makeup aesthetic or the makeup look that when you're talking about natural beauty, that's what you want to go for. But all of these Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer looking kind of makeup and, looking like, you're trying to look like a woman opposed to just being a woman and accentuating your beauty instead of masking it, that will never be more attractive than a woman who steps out the door wearing no makeup or the bare minimum makeup. Now, I will say, if you're a woman much like myself, because my eyebrows used to be thick and along the line somewhere they got very thin. For me, I will walk out the door without eyebrow pencil. However, the way I see myself, my head is way too big to be walking out without eyebrows. So I'll put on a little bit of eyebrow pencil just to fill them in a little bit. When I really get on my Zoom and I, put the Jamaican black castor oil on my eyebrows and, all of that consistently, they get a little bit more thick. And once they get thick, I don't worry about it. I put on a little concealer in order to, cover up some little eye issues when I don't get enough sleep or my allergies are acting up. But if that's fine, I'll forego the concealer. I can save it for another day. It's not necessary. That's the point I'm making. And I'm not saying that to make myself seem like I'm better than any other woman, because I am not. The point I'm making is that as women, we have to be more comfortable being ourselves opposed to feeling like and not allowing these influencers and other people to persuade you that as a woman, in order for you to pull a man who's going to find you attractive, you better have some makeup on because he's going to be looking at the girls that got their face fully beat and he's going to look at you like you ain't nothing. Sometimes men can be a little bit shallow, just like women, and they might see the woman with the overly contoured nose and all of that stuff and might look at her. But there's a difference, and I want you to understand this. The baddie aesthetic and the true feminine beauty, that pretty woman versus that sexy woman, that pretty, aesthetically pleasing, natural beauty will be valued so much more by a man than that woman who he initially sees with that overly done makeup, that overly exposed way she's carrying herself. He might see that and automatically think, yeah, I want to sleep with her. Yep, I want to sleep with her. I want to sleep with her. I want some of that. Yep. But when he sees you, he's going to look at you in the same way. However, it's going to be different. He's going to look at you like you're a precious jewel, like something that is like precious. He's looking at you like, okay, I'm going to have to work a little bit harder to get to that, but I want it. Okay? Because of the vibe you give off. See, the natural beauty gives off a woman that is beautiful but also has substance. But when a man tends to see a woman that is overly done in her makeup look, when I say overly done, I don't mean like pretty glam. I mean, you know what I mean by overly done. I'm going to post it in my community tab so that you know exactly what I mean by overly done. He's going to look at that as if, okay, I can play with her. And I'm going to leave it at that. So in my opinion, natural makeup look or natural beauty will always be more appealing and more attractive than the overly done makeup look. And the makeup artistry, I respect it. I like it. It's beautiful. But naturally being yourself is more valuable and more precious than feeling like you got to put on a disguise to be seen by a man or anyone. Women do that stuff for the female gaze. Women do that stuff to get the attention of other women. It's not necessary to really get a truly high value man. All right. Like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.